CM Punk has addressed criticism of previous Backstage incidents. We also take a look at the expected timeline of a major WWE superstar's return. And finally, Bryan Danielson has given a bit of a hint as to his future plans. It's all in the wrestling news. Hello everybody, Jack and Ross back again with our second news video of the day. CM Punk appeared on the Masked Man show at the recent Fanatics Fest event in New York City. And the host was Kazim, a man that me and you have met one time.
One time and one time only.
I've met him the second time briefly.
Fantastic.
He's a lovely man, and he was a lovely host here, and pointed out to CM Punk, quite rightly, the very, I think, valid fact that many people wondered if the backstage issues that Punk had in AEW would follow him over to WWE, but CM Punk replied to this.
Yes, he says, that's all bull poo, none of that stuff is reality. Oh, he's a cancer. Listen, not everyone gets nice me. I treat you accordingly. If you're a piece of SH1T, you act that way to me, I treat you that way. If you're nice, you're smiling, you want to have a good time, let's have a good time. I'm all hugs.
Yeah,
He's smiling.
man.
It's not like I'm two different people. There are just certain people that wants to spread those lies and say those things about me because they can't control me and they can't control the things I do and say. They absolutely hate that, so they try to control the way other people feel or see me. You're going to have to make your own judgment and draw your own conclusion.
I think, as with many things, the truth might lie somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
I think what he says about certain people trying to say certain bits about him and spread that we've seen that in the past. People have said things about Punk. On the other hand, we've seen instances where Punk has been uncompromising.
Yeah. I just think Punk's one of those people where he likes you if you're nice to him, but if he gets wronged by, in his opinion, if he gets wronged by you,
no
whether
second
it's
chances.
right, yeah, it's gone, it's over.
And his parameters for what being wronged could be quite narrow, quite small. Yeah.
But even if he is wrong and he thinks he's right, if you're saying he's wrong, but he thinks he's right, even though he is wrong,
that's it.
You're gone.
You're gone. So, yeah. But he's all hugs. He's a party guy.
Yeah, if you want to hug him.
You want to have a great time? Let's have a great time. Wrestle purists, in other news, recently tweeted this update on Charlotte Flair's likely return timeframe, citing under the tweet both Viper Reports and PWN. It's a bit of an interesting one.
It is a very interesting one because they are saying she's ready to go around November time, which is obviously around about War Games time. And we had a news video on today, the story of the OG Bloodline versus the new Bloodline, and the new Bloodline needing a fourth member.
Yep.
Could it be Charlotte Flair?
Oh, right, okay. I wouldn't say, I mean, who knows, but I wouldn't jump to that conclusion. But if there's going to be a women's War Games match as well, and then there's always...
How do we get Charlotte Flair in the Bloodline? That's what I want to know.
And there's always, or not always, but there's sometimes storylines leading up to War Games matches, like who's the mystery final partner, that sort of thing. Charlotte Flair would be a good candidate for that in one of the women's teams, if there is a women's War Games match.
You assume there will be.
Well, yeah, you'd think so as well. Now, just to clarify, this tweet isn't necessary. It's not saying that Charlotte is definitely planned to come back in November. It just means that if her recovery goes as expected, then the time frame would have her ready for a return in November. But with Survivor Series being the major show around that time, that would make sense, I think.
Yeah, she'll start training with Solo and the lads around about October time, then we'll get to November and War Games, and Charlotte will be in the Bloodline.
She'll get her wands up. Yeah, absolutely. Elsewhere, Bryan Danielson was speaking to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful. They had a very interesting interview where Bryan gave a bit of an update regarding his future plans and his contract status. Now, Bryan did reveal on Dynamite, I believe, several weeks ago that his contract with the company had expired, and he expanded on this a bit and gave a few hints as to what lies next as well.
Yeah, he says he has inside the contract extension that he and Tony Khan will explore options when the time comes. What does it mean?
It could mean, like, if he beats Swerve and his career continues, it could mean like a mini extension of in-ring stuff, but it could also mean he might lose at Wembley, no more in-ring stuff, but this could be a contract for like a behind-the-scenes role, training, agenting, disciplinary committee man as well.
Yeah, you do your naughty tweets to your wrestlers, but he did mention that, didn't he, in the press a little while ago, that he was wanting maybe to go into a backstage area when the time came for that. Anyway, he said he's still committed to helping AEW as much as possible, whatever role that is, and he's willing to participate for as long as they'll accept his help. In terms of clues as the result of his match with Swerve at Wembley, Bryan simply stated that his help health is priority once his in-ring time ends, which is likely to involve some neck surgery.
Yeah, but he didn't say when that in-ring time will end. And I think AEW have been quite clever in the build-up to this match. They've been quite coy regarding Bryan's exact status, when this retirement exactly will be, because if they were too open about it, it would give away the end of the match.
Yeah, I think they've been really clever using that time of their life promo. Good riddance, as some might call it, on last week's Dynamite, because everyone's thinking, well, that's a retirement thing, but is that what they want you to think ahead of this match?
I remember saying on the podcast last week, it feels a bit early for them to use that retirement thing. Surely that's one for the episode of Dynamite after he's lost to Swerve, if he was going to lose.
Maybe they'll play the whole version.
As it stands at the minute, I think that he's winning.
I would go losing.
Whoa.
What do you think in the comments down below? Please let us know.
The fact that we're split on it and we're both tremendous minds in the wrestling sphere.
Oh, well-respected journalists in this field, yeah.
I think that really demonstrates how well AEW are doing at the minute, keeping this unclear.
Yeah.
Yes, let us know, as Ross says, in the comments down below. Moving back over to the WWE side of things, back to Fanatics Fest. What a party that looked to be, by the way.
It looked like a bit of a mess, all told. I mean, Cody ran out of time before everyone was seen to, which is like the one person you don't want to get wrong. I saw the video of Rhea Ripley being told to go away by security because her time was up. Then the little girl was there, but Rhea was like, no, I'll give you a
heartwarming moment, though. Yeah.
It just felt like it was a bit of a logistical nightmare for the people who put it on.
Yeah, Paul Heyman was there as well and spoke with Sam Roberts about the ongoing Bloodline storyline. Remember previously, he said, I think we're only in the third inning. And everyone went, Paul, the story's clearly towards the end of its run. And then it carried on, and now he's got even more to say about that.
Yeah, he said, I got news for you. I don't even think we're in the third inning yet. And now that you see the emergence of Solo and Jacob Fatu and the Tongans and the fact that they're all a real threat, the first time a real threat to Roman Reigns' dominance, to Roman Reigns sitting at the head of the table. Ooh, literal placings at the table after the literal meaning of the Ula Fala. My goodness, what could this mean for the storyline? To Roman Reigns being the top star, to Roman Reigns actually being the tribal chief. How many stories can we tell from the position that we're in now?
He also talked about other members of the previous bloodline saying, you don't know what Jimmy Uso's stance on this is. You don't know where Jey Uso stands on this. You don't know if or when the wise man himself will return. You don't know who else Solo may or may not have in his back pocket ready to debut. You don't know what our moves are, what Roman Reigns' moves are, what my moves are, what anybody's moves can be. All you know is that Roman Reigns is back. He's back to reclaim the title of the tribal chief from Solo, but Solo has so much backup right now.
Charlotte Flair's thoughts as well. From earlier on.
Yeah.
He continues his ball. I can't imagine someone coming into power in this company and saying, well, we've told the entire story of the bloodline. I see someone coming into power and saying, oh my God, look at what I've got to play with now.
Yeah.
So basically, it's never going to end.
No, I mean, I'd never accuse Paul Heyman of exaggerating. But
he's not known for that.
Saying it's not even in the third inning yet, whereas baseball games have 9 innings.
Yeah.
Unless he means in cricket terms, there's only 4 innings in a cricket match. It could be 3/4 of the way through.
Does Paul Heyman know what cricket is, though?
No chance. He means baseball, and he means we're not even a third of the way through the storyline yet. I see what he means, and it certainly in Triple H's creative era, he likes these overarching long-term storylines that connect to each other and have different chapters rather than I mean, some storylines are shorter, but his major storylines seem to follow this pattern as well.
Yeah, so Roman's taking down Solo at the moment, or that's what it looks like. What could that mean for Jimmy and Jey once they... I guess they're going to do it at War Games.
Yeah. And you think Roman's team will win at War Games?
Yeah, surely they will. Yeah. And then what does that mean for the
Charlotte
world title? Yeah, the world title at WrestleMania for Charlotte Flair with Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
She's won Survivor Series. Throw them ones
The
up.
Rock still could come back as well.
Yeah. That match with Cody was teased on the Raw after WrestleMania this year. There are so many things to do.
If The Rock comes back and decides he wants to beat Cody for the belt, that's still a lingering fear I've got in the back of my mind. It would be.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't put it past him. And finally, the door is apparently open for just a recently departed WWE superstar to come back to the company one day in the future. This is according to a report from Fightful Select, and it's talking about Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, Fightful Select can confirm that Bobby Lashley's WWE contract has officially expired and he has departed the company. It's over as of sitting here. Lashley's profile was removed from WWE's official website earlier this week, and Fightful Select had reported that his contract was set to expire in August.
Fightful's report continues and says sources within WWE said that the door was open for eventual appearances. Lashley has interest from top companies both domestically and internationally and within the combat sports world, but he will continue wrestling based on what he's told those close to him. So Fightful there reporting that, the door is open for Bobby Lashley to come back one day to WWE, but he's got so many options at the minute.
Yeah, it must be hinting at this happening way down the line, because why would you let go on your contract expiring and then go straight back? Surely he's gone because he thought the writing
Yeah.
was on the wall creatively, and maybe he wasn't going to be featured like he was a few years ago under the Vince McMahon regime.
Yeah, but I can see why they've kept the door open for him to one day return, because he doesn't seem to age.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they'll get him back and he'll just be the same star as he always was. I wonder what these international companies are. We know that AEW might well be interested in him.
World of Sport.
World of Sport Wrestling. I wonder if like AAA love getting the American guys in at the minute. But I was thinking, would one of the Japanese companies have him as this big powerhouse?
Yes.
Yeah, let's take it old school.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Like when Brock Lesnar was there.
Yeah.
And it all went a bit wrong in the end, but it was a good time.
Yes, it was, when he cared.
When he cared. Apparently, they chased him to the airport saying, "Can we have our belt back, please?" That's apparently a thing that really happened. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this news video. Let us know your thoughts and opinions on any of these stories in the comments section down below. And if you haven't, check out our first news video, which is already up on the channel from earlier today. Thank you once again for watching. I've been Jack. This has been Ross. Have you got anything you want to plug?
Yeah, I'm doing that quiz today. It's happening. It's going live tonight. I'm going to try and guess the Def Rebel theme from 2024 in 1 second. It goes well.
Okay. I'm not here this Wednesday, but Owen Mawson will still be streaming as per usual. Twitch.tv/Cultaholic from 6 p.m. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you soon.